Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 24-hour challenge. So far, we have spent 72 hours here on Calmsland Farm, and today is the day we start to bring some money back in. Let's go. And so that is right. It is now hour number 73, and we are making some money on our farm here today. We have got our milk to sell for the first time. We've got some produce to sell. The silage hasn't quite fermented yet, so we're going to hold off to sell this trailer. But what we can go and do, that's all still grass, is sell our first load of milk. Our cattle are doing well. They're starting to really come along leaps and bounds here, which is great. What we're going to look to do, though, is sell off our milk. So where we need to go to do this is, let's find out. We're going to come down to our sales chart here, and we're going to make sure that we can get the best value that possible. 658 664 at the garden center, which is going to be, I believe that's just around the corner from us, is it not? It's over there in the top corner. Perfect. Okay, so we can go and just sell that one. We're going to go for a bit of a drive then, and we are off to the races. So the idea being is that we can try and sell as much of this as possible, bring in that money, and really get the farm singing again. What we need to do today as well is, like I say, clear off the last few bales from the field. That we'll do that when it's able to be sold straight away, because we don't need any more silage in the pit, I don't think, for right now. The cattle aren't going to require too much more, so we should be looking good there. We've also got plenty of hay, and what's worth noting as well, right now we don't have the ability or the facilities to actually mix our silage or mix our TMR, and we can't feed silage directly to our cattle at the moment, which is the one thing I really find a little frustrated about Farm Sim. Needless to say, we've got a field that we need to work over there. We need to try and get some cereal crops ready to go in the ground, and we'll see how that comes together. But that's all going to happen at some point in the future. But we just need money. The garden is going well. It's producing some lettuce, as you've seen out on the back of the trailer, ready to go. And milk is going to be one of our mainstays, along with a little bit of silage as well. I'm reluctant to sell too much of it, because I just don't find that to be too realistic, that you'll just sell it all off for large sums of money. But anyway, let's see what we can do. Let's see how much we can get to get ourselves going here. Do let me know if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for what we should do here to continue our revenue source, and we'll see how we get going. In hindsight, probably coming this way wasn't the ideal route, but we'll cut through anyway, and we shall get ourselves on to the next one. I seriously thought today about swapping one of our tractors out for possibly the Zebra, actually, for the 6810 Ford. I think we'll keep the Zebra. It's a good tractor. It's a good loader tractor as well, and this Massey isn't worth too much because we got this on sale, so it's trading value there is not the greatest. I'm not really going to make too much back for that one, unfortunately, but we'll see how we get on anyway. We're actually going to cut through this field over here. That'll keep us on the right track, and we shall see where we get to. As you can see, we're continually set to times 10. The 24-hour challenge today is going to go from midday through to midday tomorrow. So we're going to try and power on through the evening there, and we'll see what we get up to. But yeah, it goes surprisingly quickly, actually. Once you get going with it, you realize that you can't get quite as much achieved as you might hope. We do have a bit of field work to do, like I say, so we're going to focus on that one before we need to sell those silage bales. We'll wait for those to ferment properly. I'm hoping, though, that we can get a large amount of money from our milk here. We desperately need it, that's for sure. I'm not sure. There might even be maybe another load. Not quite, I don't think. But yeah, hopefully that will continue to tick along nicely, and we can get ourselves going. We're going to work over that field, like I say. We can't drill it now in November. We're going to wait to drill it in the spring. But we also want to, at some stage here as well, when we can afford to, we're going to start to get precision farming involved here as well. So we must think about that one in terms of leasing the soil sampling unit, and seeing what that looks like for us. So that might be something that we do over the course of November, December, when there's not too much else that we can get on with really. And then I want to go around. It doesn't really matter which way I go here, but we're going to go this way. So we had taken a few days off here, or a few weeks off with this challenge, only because the time it takes to record this is pretty lengthy. Just to actually record it before editing or rendering or anything else, it's 144 minutes. So you do need to have a bit of time enabled to be able to do this, but we are going to push through. I think we're looking in a good place now. We're going to get this load sold. And then, yeah, I really want to be feeling like we've left ourselves in a really strong place after this. If by the end of this episode, if we can at least have doubled our money, if not more, then that will be a raging success as far as I'm concerned. Farm needs to start to be able to really fend for itself here. And so we'll have to see if it's possible. And we don't have as many cows yet as we would like to get to. So ultimately, milk production is not going to be the biggest source of revenue. But we'll see what we can do in terms of increasing that gradually. But yeah, let's see how this looks for selling. Oh, just killed a deer. Now we've deliberately as well stayed away from picking up all of these little collectibles, just to allow us to kind of control the revenue source. Want to make sure that any revenue that we have coming in is our own. Excellent. So let's get ourselves onto here. And we begin. So we're going to sell this. We're going to drive back over to the yard there. We'll probably, we need to hook on the plow actually and think about which field's going to get plowed over. And we'll see where we go from there. There's going to be a lot of nighttime plowing, I know that much. Get it done whilst, can't do much else. There you go, 5.5 grand, or just over 5 grand for that. I will take it. And we are going to get ourselves back to the farm. So let's get things rolling. Let's get ourselves back into work there. We'll get the rest of those bales of hay cleared up as well. But we are on to a great start. So let's forge ahead. Alright folks, welcome back. It's a good job we decided to try and get this hay in because the rain is starting to come down with some anger and there's a little bit of a storm brewing. Oh, and I've just dropped that one. Wonderful. So let's just give that a bit of a shunt in. We've got one more to go and pick up there. Then we'll just jump onto the plow for a bit. We'll get that, we'll start plowing over some grassland that's going to go into arable. We'll turn too soon there. And then yeah, we'll be good to, we'll get plowing through the night, I think. Get as much turned over as possible, and then we can, as soon as that silage is ready to go in the morning, we'll take it away. And also probably the rest of the silage that's in that field as well. Now that should set us up. That'll allow us to do a couple of things, including make sure we have the seed that we need to drill these two fields in the winter, or in the spring, sorry. It'll also allow us to make sure that we can get the soils sampled, get the fields tested, ready to go as well. That'll be pretty sweet if we can get all that done. Last bale of, or bundle of hay, really, I think this is fair to say. And then that's all done. happy that we got this hay done actually there. At some point it'd be awesome if I could afford to buy that auto stacker for small bales, because we do now own the square baler, but we'll have to just think about that one, especially when we get the harvest as well. We will be baling straw, so we'll have to think about that, but that is for us in the future, that's for sure. And we are just going to swing down here. Hopefully as well, by the time we get to selling everything off in the morning that's on that trailer, we should have some more lettuce produced as well in the garden there, which would be awesome if we do. Let's just give that one a bit of a kick in. Love to see it. Love that as well. Awesome. Let's just knock this off here for now. That wasn't actually connected. That's better. It's pouring down. Absolutely lashing it down. But we're going to jump on into the Massey. Load up our plow. There's a lot of thunder. So we're going to hit 2 fields. We might not get them both done today. But what we are going to look at, as I bring up my map here, is it doesn't really, you can't really see them on this PDA yet because I'm being plowed over, but it's like of our area of land here, this placeful area, it's the northeast corner that we're going to look into, and that'll give us a fair amount of arable ground, because that's ultimately what we want to do, is to be able to have enough so that we can get the straw off it to use, but also make a fair return from selling grain. So it's gonna be, we're gonna look into this field here, and then the big long narrow one at the top as well. Still a bit of grass in here, but we've got plenty at the moment, and like I've already mentioned, that I don't particularly want to just keep selling silage for the sake of making money. I just don't think that's very representative of what one would do, so we'll sell a little bit, but that's about it. Now, let's see. We're gonna go. We'll start up in that top one, I think. And then I think we'll also leave a little bit of a track through from this one. Because what we could do really is put one field into straw, one field into oilseed rape, perhaps, and really have a better shot there. Yeah, we'll plow this one over, and I think we're going to start up in this corner here, where there's a little bit of a triangle to work out first. Yeah, we will. This is going to take us a fair while to plow through here, actually. So we're going to keep going, and we'll go through the evening as well in the dark there, just to kind of get it all worked through. What I'm going to do is take a pass up here just to mark out this side of the field. I need to turn on allow create fields, and then we're going to square it off so I know where my triangle is, just to get everything looking a little bit better, and then we should be good. But plow down, and away we go.
Hold on when you need a friend, I'll never let you go again. Reach out when your mind's uneasy, 'cause I'll understand. Hold on when you need a friend, I'll stay here to the end. Get up, don't hang your head, we'll take it step by step. Fell inside, now I'm living in a matchbox. All this time, all it needed was a little spark. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand. Give me my heart back, 'cause somebody stole it and put it in your hand.
square off this little corner here. So we've got this little triangle to fill in. Then we'll have some nice long drags to get the whole field finished off. But boy, oh boy, is it going to be a bit of a slow night. I'm going to skip through as much of this as I can. You'll see us with little updates every so often there, but ultimately this is what we're going to be doing all evening. So not much really for you all to see along here, but we will keep you going. Now, if we have a look just as a bit of an interim here, just show you what we're looking like from a livestock perspective. We're starting to generate a little bit more milk there, so 1,300 litres there for us, which is great. We don't have the ability to make total mixed ration at the moment, so we do need to think about that. Lots of slurry though, which is great, because we do want to use that where we can. So we do need to think about a slurry tanker. That will be next on the list, of course, but all of these things will come very soon. But ultimately, for the next, I don't know, probably at least 6 hours in game, if not more, all the way through the evening, I am just going to keep plowing on, quite literally. And then we will hopefully be in a better shape as the sun rises tomorrow morning there, where we can park up the plow. We'll get everything sold off that we can, and then I think we're going to look into getting some soil samples done and get this farm shape looking good for the future. So it's going to be a long night. We'll bring you a bit of an update as and when we can. And as we are about to hit halfway through, we are crossing into December and we're almost finished plowing this little field at the top. We've got one more left to plow through. We're not going to do it all, we're just going to push through in the dark hours here. It started raining again, which is a delight. There comes our charges for the day. So as we cross on into the month of December. But yeah, we'll keep going. And then we'll be wrapping up this one field. Not a very fun job to do, especially when it's so slow with a small plow. However, it's a vitally important job that we needed to do. So I am more than happy just to keep ticking along here. There we go, and we will, just got this little triangle to do, and that's one field down. We'll go until we start to get a little bit more daylight. The silage should be pretty much good to go by then, and that means we can get this all sold, and I think we're going to go and make sure we can get our field analysis on the go here and get this farm brought along into, kicking and screaming, into the modern era of efficient precision agriculture. So that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, glad to get this one field done. Now you can really see, and especially when I get this last field plowed, you can really see the layout of our land here. So we've got all these grass fields here. We're going to keep those as they are. We're going to have 2 arable fields as well there. So that should be pretty handy for us. And we'll be able to really lay everything else out. We left a little bit of a border along there. Should we want to put like a hedge in or something? But that should be good. Yeah, I am very, very happy with it indeed. What I am going to do is get into this field, shut this gate, and then we're going to leave a little bit of a track really just down this side. Missed the gate there. There you go. Yeah, I just want to make it easy so we can get through to this field without destroying the crop if we need to. Let's turn you over. Excellent. Onwards we go. Just a few hours. Look at that moon coming through there. The stars are out in force as well, but it's lashing it down, so we're going to get back inside. Okay, what we'll do then, like I say, just leave a small little track along this edge. About there, I reckon. Perfect. And then we're looking good. So we're gonna get a start on this field, if nothing else, and then we should be looking good. We'll keep plugging through there, and we'll come back to you when we're starting to make some money. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're 3/4 of the way through our 24-hour challenge today. It is 6 AM. We're going through till midday, and we're going to finish the plow when we get to the end of this stretch here. We've made, as you can see from the map, there are a fair inroad into this field, to be honest. It won't take too long to get this all finished up. But, as we said at the very beginning there, we need to get some money coming in. We've got trailers ready to go. We're also going to check to make sure to see if we have the grass has fermented, so our silage bales can be sold as silage. And let's get some money coming on in here. There should be 20% left to go when we started yesterday, so I'm inclined to believe that we should be good. But we will find out in just a moment here. The sun is the moon is going down. It looks like we're starting to see the sun just starting to creep up there. which should hopefully be good. Let's just stop myself about here though for now. Perfect. And alright, let's go and have a wander. So yeah, like I say, making some good progress. Tractor's done a fine job for us thus far. And yeah, it'd be nice to have that ready to go. It looks like it's going to snow later on for us, which is always going to be fun to see. But we'll cross that one if and when it does arrive. Shouldn't prevent us from ploughing in the rest of that ground. Unlike seasons in FS19, it does not freeze, and the ground does not freeze solid for you. So you can still work it over there, fortunately, which is always good to see. But let's have a look at this trailer here. The lights have been reduced in the cattle sheds there, or looking nice and cozy and comfy. Boom, we've got silage. So, what we're going to do is have a look and see where our best option for selling is here. But you can see there, we're over halfway through that field comfortably, and this is our farm now. It's shaping up very nicely indeed. If I have a look at our silage here, the bale sell point is Cotswold store bale sell point. I think it's going to be the best place. Now, is that the one down in... It's going to be this one down here. It is indeed. Okay, so that's not actually... Well, it's a bit of a trek away. So I wonder... We'll be looking at the difference there. 191. I think what we might do is look at the old store, which I think is going to be this one down here, because I know that I can sell everything else off here as well for sure. So I think that's the one we'll go to. Let's go for a bit of a drive. No, what I think we'll do is just to speed this up even further, we're going to grab at least one more bale. We do have probably a good strong trailer loads worth of bales still to load up and sell. And there's likely going to be some more produce there that we can get rid of as well there. So we are sitting on a small, and I emphasize small fortune, but still. Doesn't get us going in the right direction here. There's going to be, I'll pick up one of these bales over here, I spy. There you go. Wonderful. So we're into December. Drilling period is going to be spring, so it's going to be March. We've got plenty of time in which we can actually start to do some work with the with those fields. We're going to have to spread something on it, probably lime, I would say, to start with. We haven't got too much muck. We'll probably try and... Hold on. They put like a... What the... Oh, I see. It's like a little... Yes, I like it. Like a little polythene greenhouse there. That is interesting. I didn't know that did that. Well, alright then. The frost off, I suppose. We do need to make sure that that is all fueled up there, ready to go, because I think we run a little bit low there, so that's probably going to need some water and some, among other things, but we'll check in on that one. Okay. And onwards we go. We are going to go down to the bottom, so what we'll probably do is spin out this way. Excellent stuff. God, it knows there's a load on here. We're carrying 45,000 litres of silage on the back. That is a lot. That is an awful lot. And it would appear the bale in front of me is actually still grass, based off what I'm seeing there. So we'll have to look into that one. Anyways, come with me now, so we're going to sell it. And then what I think we'll do as well, when it gets to daylight, if we're just... Depending upon whether or not the rest of that silage is actually silage or if it's grass, we'll sell off the produce that we have from the greenhouse. There's 2 pallets of lettuce there we can get rid of. And then... Ooh, easy. Push me down the hill. Then I think we're going to lease the... we'll go out there and actively lease the soil sampler. Get that one brought back so we can actually look into using that. That will be ideal. Ooh, doesn't like this hill though. Oh, this little tractor is bogged. Absolutely bogged. My word, we are coming down through the gears. We just can't get any grip there, but we're struggling up the small hill. We are carrying a lot of weight. What I think I might do with this in mind is, well, we're going to have to go up that big hill anyway, either way. So we're just going to have to tackle it and hopefully we can make some better traction up there. All right, down the hill. Let's get some speed up. Let's get ourselves over to the store and get all this sold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you could smell burnt rubber in the air, it is likely from the tires on this Ford Zebra. We struggled up that hill there. I think I've loaded this up with a little bit too much weight, and boy oh boy did we struggle. But we're over the top of it now. We've doubled our speed. We're 3 miles an hour now. Whoa, Nelly, we are speeding up here. So as soon as this flattens out a little bit more there, we'll get a bit more speed and we'll head on down to the sell point. But that was quite something. What we might have to do next time round is, if we're able to get another load in time, is actually just stick it onto the Massey maybe, just to give us that little bit of a fighting chance. But we shall definitely see what that looks like, because boy oh boy, that was something else. All right, we are looking good now. We're going to go back through the range. Are we even going to go for a high range? There you go. Perfect, we're flying. So anyway, the end is in sight. That's the main thing that we need to see. We'll be able to get this all sold off nice and quickly here. But will it be worth it? That's the thing. Once this thing gets going though, it's got a good little lick of speed to it. Doesn't have the power to pull too much of a weight up the hill. Yeah, we were looking at quite a heavy load on it, but take out the lettuce, that's not too much there at all. But there's a fair amount of silage. These are the larger bales, don't forget. So yeah, there's a fair weight on here. We'll get these sold off though, and hopefully be able to get this produce sold down here too. And this will be a good indication as to what we can expect for the rest of the silage that we have knocking around here. Straight into that bale sell point though. Okie dokie. And away we go. Gears are helpful. Like I say, we'll stick there's 2 different sell points here. We're going to just jump straight on and get rid of the bales first. Be nice and easy. Unfortunately, the one in the front is grass, like I mentioned. I'm not quite sure why they're taking a little bit longer to ferment there, but never mind, it is what it is. That should disappear there. Not much money for that one, given that it was grass there, but that's fine. 9 grand. Love that. And then hopefully, in the right area. Oh, it might be actually. I think we're going to be that's the milk one, I believe. So we're probably going to want to be just out here. There you go. These are the first 3. There are another 2 of these sitting at home ready to go. But these are looking very good. Good lord. Okay. The rest of those not sell? Oh, maybe that's why. And what we said at the very beginning, if we could double our money, I would be happy. We've more than doubled our money right now, and there's still plenty left to go out. So that could be epic. Why? We're just gonna have to give this one a bit of a move, I think. Of that. Well, folks, we're on the right track. Let's get ourselves back on over to the yard there. We'll see what those, if the rest of those silage bales are just grass at the moment and haven't fully fermented. That's fine, we'll get them loaded up anyway. We can get in the soil sampler and then we can make some progress with that as well. But I'll see you back at the farm. Alright, and so we're just going to stick the trailer into here, try and get these loaded on as quickly as possible, and also just check to see what's going on with these, see if we're not going to be able to sell them today, because it does look that way. However, let's find out. It is snowing now, as you can clearly see there. The winter has arrived. We'll have to just work around that one. Not ideal, but not going to be a game breaker by any stretch. Stop about there. Alright, what are we looking at here? So that is still, that's at 90%. Okay, so these ones will be sold off probably, I would imagine. Let's go that way, in the next episode, which is absolutely fine. Managed to make that little bit of extra money then. Main thing that we want to do though is get these ones loaded up now. And then we'll be good. We've currently got about 2.5 hours left to go in game, so not too long at all. We should get this all loaded up. We'll have a bit of a summary and we'll take action and kind of plan our next few steps, I think. Well, we are in the last hour. We have finished clearing this field. I've left the trailer there because it was still too heavy for this thing to pull. So, with a little bit of daylight here, we're going to go nip down to the store where we're going to pick up the soil sampler. We're going to lease that for the day so we can get all of our fields covered off nice and quickly. And we should be looking good. That will allow us to ideally optimize the soil conditions for whatever we're going to look to grow, be it arable crops or even just grass crops. Understand where we are at with those, and then allow us to actually get some good applications of fertilizer down there as well, because it's costing a lot of money to buy that fertilizer in. And if we can avoid spending too much on it, then we absolutely will look to do that. So that's going to be the plan. It should stand us in good stead. And all for just the lease of that. We're not even going to need that for a full day, to be honest. We'll be able to fly through our few fields there and get those all covered off really nicely indeed. It may not seem like we've done much, but we've made some good progress today in this 24 hours. We've been able to conquer one field for plowing and get halfway through another one. They were some big time-consuming jobs there. Something that we're not going to have to do for a while again, so that's really fantastic news. Just need to get it plowed over once so we could actually turn that into a field and start to collect some information from that surrounding the fertility of the field, and then we'll be able to build on that really. So that's going to be fantastic for the farm. We'll hopefully look to use cover crops in the future there to minimize the amount of plowing we'll have to do. So that should be possible. I'm just going to come into here, go down to miscellaneous. There it is, and we'll lease you. And we are good to go. Where is it? Right there. Hello, old friend. We haven't seen you in a while. £867. Not bad at all considering what we're going to do. We were able to significantly increase our bank balance today. And with another trail load there, we're probably going to be able to get another $6 grand or so, I would say, onto the next load, which is fantastic. It really, really is. And that's going to give us so many more opportunities as well. So it'll allow us to really just as well to control what's happening throughout the course of the winter, where we're not going to have too much in terms of incomings, but still quite a lot of outgoings there as well. So hopefully the cattle will continue to settle in, and we'll be able to see even more growth potential in the future. But yeah, as far as the 24 hours goes, for the middle of winter where not much is happening there, we've still made some great progress. The snow is probably going to start coming down in even heavier quantities very shortly there, and probably limit field work for the next little while. But we'll see. All we can do is sit and wait on that one. As far as the plans moving forward, well, we'll get everything going through January in terms of allowing us just to keep stable and keep where we are. We really want to prepare everything else in terms of field work and get ourselves ahead of the curve, so when we can get in there and start to get some ground covered, we absolutely will look to do that. We'll have to think about starting to put some lime down there as well sooner rather than later, and just look to see what the next steps will be after that as well, in terms of if we're going to be able to or if we have to put too much nitrogen down, or what that will look like. We need to buy all that in effectively as well, so there'll be a lot of inputs there, a lot of costs, but yeah, it's all going to be worth it. I think we'll start though with our soil sampling in the very furthest field away. I'm going to bring this all in to boot, but now, well, now we are about at our end. The timer is running down there. We are about set. So we're just going to park up here. 24 hours in the books. We are now at midday in December. And this farm is really starting to take shape. Annoyingly, with seasons as default there, you could probably still bale this ground. Despite it being December and despite it being snowing. You can still get away with it. There should be less grass on the deck there, but never mind. We are looking good. That has been another 24 hours on our building of the British dairy farm. I hope you have enjoyed. Do let me know if you'd like to see any difference or see any new inputs into the farm there, new machinery, or some perhaps a new crop type, anything like that. New animals. Anything that we can add there, let us know what you think down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this, do give it a thumbs up. The challenge is over, the bell is ringing, and we are getting out of here. Until next time, I've been Simulation for the Nation. I do hope you have enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.